If you look at people like Alan, like Michael, if you look at people like Ilya, if you look at people like Matt Rosa, right? If you look at people like Jonathan Lopez, what happens is that it gets less crazy for you to believe in what can happen for you, right? Because now you can see like this image of what can happen, because one of the major things about our mentors is that our mentors, yes, they are amazing, but they are not special, right? We all can build the same things that they built. And the best part is that if we are coachable enough to follow the footsteps, what will happen is that the same things that happen for them, they will help us to actually be able to happen for us. So the first thing that I want to say on this call is that, guys, you have amazing mentors inside of this organization. Make sure that you are connected to them, to the people that are walking the walk. I know that a lot of people talk the talk, but they don't walk the walk. And you have people that walk the walk, right? Those people, you see their faces every single day. Those people, you see them on events. So connect with them. Make sure that you are with them every single day. Make sure that your name is on their calendar every single day. Make sure that you take advantage of it, because it's only crazy until it happens. But mentorship shows you like this image, this perspective that will help you and allow you to have this amazing growth, right? So the best part about creating a better life is that it's never too late. It doesn't really matter how much time you started this business. It doesn't really matter like how old are you, how young are you. The best part is that it's never too late or too early to build it. It's never too late or too early to start and say, I am ready to change my situation. And it's important for you to understand that more important is progression than perfection. And sometimes we want it to be all perfect for us to be able to launch our business. We want our social media to look perfect. And honestly, you have Alan to help you with that. She's amazing. But sometimes we want to have the amazing hair and we're like, oh, I don't have the confidence now. I don't have like everything that I wanted. My background is not the way that I wanted. So I should start later. And I want you to understand that it's better for you to start and see progression than perfection. Because if you seek perfection, you'll never see anything, because there's no such thing as perfection, right? So the first thing that I want you to know today, it's time for us to start to measure with a different measurement. Our human measurement is incomplete, right? We can only see what is happening right now. Sometimes it has like a vision, it has lack of perspective, and because it has lack of perspective, like when things get crazy inside of life and inside of business, what happens is that we start to measure things with our human measurements and not with something bigger, right? This January, crazy things happen inside of my business, and I was like, I will not allow the current situation to dictate what it is that is going to happen in my year, nor what is going to happen within the next months, nor what is going to happen within my team, the people that trust me, the people that stay with me. I'll just trust that if I change the perspective and if I get a different vision of what it is this moment is happening, because sometimes when things happen, we measure the moment with what it is that we can see right now. And that is why we get frustrated. That is why we get confused. That is why we get anxiety, because we are only seeing what it is that is happening right now. And in January this year, I told to myself, Marta, you're going to change perspective. And because of that, like only 3 months passed. But these last 3 months, we had more growth that we could see the last year and a half. You know why? Because sometimes when we change perspective on the things that we see, the things that we see, they change, right? Matt Rosa always says that. And sometimes we're looking at things and you say, oh, but this happened and how can I recover this? How can I? But if you change perspective, you will understand that nothing happens by coincidence, right? So if nothing happens by coincidence, you'll gain more by believing that something bigger is coming, that just get anxiety all over you, get frustration all over you, and just allow the situation to dictate your future. Sometimes we pass through things, and honestly, inside of business and life will happen, right? Sometimes we're like, no, I just want it to be like woohoo, full momentum all the time, and I don't want hard times to come. But it's life and business, and life and business, like Jim Rohn says, is like the changing seasons. So we have to understand that if it's like the changing seasons, it's going to be winter and summer, but we have to understand that we have to act different in winter and summer. And acting different is not because you lack vision, it's because you understand what is coming after, right? When it's winter, we don't believe that it's going to be winter all year. And when it's summer, we don't believe that it's going to be summer all year. We understand that God has a timing, life has a timing, and business has a timing. And if you start to measure things based on a different measurement than just your own, you start to have a perspective that will allow you to have growth. So this is the first thing that I want you to understand. I want you to start to have the sense of, I really want to change my measurements. I really want to change the perspective that I look into my life and business. Because if you want to be the type of person, like my goal is not just to go chairman 10, chairman 100. Like I want to max out the compensation plan. And I know that for that to happen, I need to learn certain things, right? But sometimes we look at the worst times in life and business and we're like, maybe this is a sign for me to quit. And let me tell you, this is a sign for you that you need to get better so you can be able to gain what it is that you want to gain, right? So it's important for you to have this type of mentality. So when it comes to your vision, the less you challenge yourself to see, the less you see. You know, like the opposition of vision is not lack of sight, but sometimes is the excess of it. Sometimes we have so much sight that we can see too much what it is that is blocking us. We can see too much of what it is, the facts. We can see too much of what it is that is happening right now. I remember a time in my business that I went P1 and then I lost 2 legs. I remember a time, the first time that I hit chairman, and then I lost like almost half of my team. You know, and I'm telling you this because I want you to understand that I was not the type of person. I went P6 and I went back to P150 and 23. I was not the type of person that had this growth, but I was the type of person that understood that the more my side tells me it's hard, the more my vision says we have to go harder, right? The more your side says, I don't know how I'm going to do this, the more your vision says, I am ready to do this. So the opposition of vision is not lack of sight, but is the access of it. And sometimes we just have the access of what our training account is. We have the access of sight of what our back office is. We have the access of sight of what people say about us. And you have to change what it is that you're seeing. Because the opposition of vision is not the lack of sight, but it's the access of it. So you have to make sure that you're the type of person right now, because sometimes we see too much of what it is that is the proof that why we can do certain things. I remember when I got started, I was like, okay, like I'll just go chairman. Like I really don't care what happens in between, right? I really don't care what happens after. The only thing that I care is that I'm going chairman. I will continue to grow as a chairman. And I don't care what people say. I don't care how many people will quit on me. My best friend that never called me, he quitted on me. He has more than 500 people in one of his legs and he quitted business. So you cannot control other people, right? You can only inspire them. You cannot control what other people do, but you can only inspire them by what you're doing. And sometimes what you're doing is enough for them to say, I am ready to change. right? Sometimes what you're doing is enough for them to say, I am ready to make a shift. And sometimes the hardest moments inside of your business will be the moments that qualify you the most to grow to the next ranks. So you have to understand that it's important for you to grow through those things because it will build your character. And no one wants to follow a leader that has no character, right? One of the things that I love most about Matt Rose is that he always knows what to say, right? And sometimes, like, you call your mentors, you call your uplines, and you're like, how come this person always knows what to say? And the reason why they know what to say is because they already went through what it is that you're going through. So you wanting to be the person that goes chairman without going through certain things is you wishing to be the chairman that when your team calls you because they are going through some things, you say, I don't know the answer because it never happened to me. So understand that as a leader, the more things that you go through, the more qualified you are to help your team, right? The more you go through what it is that is happening in your life, the more you're qualified to impact, to inspire, and to help other people to go to different levels. Second point is you have to stop believing in secrets. You know, like certain times we're like, okay, I believe that I can go chairman. We do all the affirmations. I'm so happy and grateful that I'm a chairman now. But when we are with our coworkers, if you study, when you are in school, in college, you're like, no, I'm not going to talk about my business. I'm not going to talk about what it is that I'm doing. I'm not going to post on social media about my business. So you believe, but you believe in secrets. And I want you to understand that there's power when you start to not believe in secrets, because it's easy to believe in secrets. No one goes against you. No one says, oh no, it's not something that you can do. Yesterday, I was with Andre. It was his birthday yesterday, and we were at the hotel, and we're like, okay, let's just see a movie. And we opened the TV. We never see movies. We're like, okay, let's watch a movie today. And the first movie that was on, it's called Joy. It's an amazing movie. It's the story of a woman that invested everything she had. She was a mom a lot of years ago, and she invented the mop. So it's the story of everything going against her. It's the story of everything, like her family becoming a no-sayer, saying, oh, we should never say it was a good idea. Look at you now, you lost everything and all of that. I'm not going to spoil you. I'll tell you, just watch it after when you have time. But it's crazy because when you start to believe, not in secrets, the no-sayers start to come. But it will prove you right and not wrong. Sometimes you're just like, oh, I believe in secrets. But because you believe in secret, that doesn't require like this bold courage. This doesn't require this bold confidence. This doesn't require like you being able to like get a punch on a table and say, no, this is what I believe. This is what I'm doing. This is what I'm going for. And simply because we are believing in secret, we allow everyone to tell everything because we have no power to speak up. I want you to be the type of person that stops believing in secrets because it's so easy to do it. And when it's easy, guess what? When it's easy to do, it's easy not to do, right? When it's so easy to believe in secret, it's hard to believe in public. And you are doing this business worldwide. So you have to have a worldwide vision and mentality. So what is important for you is to say, okay, guess what? If the no sayers come, that is good. If the people come and say, no, you cannot do this, I don't believe you were never born to do something bigger for your life, and it will happen, but people will always try to convince you that you were not born to do something bigger because they don't want for them to go for something bigger. So the more they try to stop you, it's not because they are against you, it's because they are against themselves. You just have to be the proof that yes, they can have something more, right? The punch in the table is not because you are mad at them is because you want to prove them that there's something more for every single human being. Right? So then when you start to understand this and you say, okay, I want to have this bold confidence, like my posture comes because I have this bold confidence of saying in every presentation, hey, this is what is going to happen 2024. I had some of my best friends leaving my business January this year. And you know what? They're like, no, we're saving a spot for you, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, I don't sell my vision. I'm sorry, right? I don't sell my vision. That is something that I cannot sell, because if I sell it, it means that I'm in sale, and I'm not in sale, right? I am not in sale. So don't save me a spot. See me growing to a spot that is chairman 750, right? I want you to understand that when you have this type of bold confidence and saying, I don't care if you're calling my team trying to mess it up, I don't care what happens. What I call is that I am bold enough to say, this is what I'm going, right? This is what is about to happen in my life. This is what is about to happen inside of my business. And I don't really care what you're coming to say. I had some of my best friends trying to destroy my business. And you know what? I was just doing love. I was just not doing love. I was spreading love. Okay, I was spreading love. And I was working my ass off. Sometimes we get too much pity. Sometimes we cry too much. But I want you to understand that the bolder you are, the more confident you are, the more you will be shaken, right? Understand that the devil never steals your gift from you, but it steals your passion, it steals your joy, it steals your capability of using the gift. So what I told that January this year, like, no, devil, you're not going to steal my passion. You're not going to steal the savage Marta that I have inside of me. No. That will not happen. You know why? Because I don't care what the perspective is right now. What I care is that my vision is not on sale. And if my vision is not on sale, whatever I'm saying that is going to happen, it will happen. And the more confident you are, the more attacked you're going to be. But you have to accept it. That's life, right? The people that are more attacked are the people that are more confident. That happens all the time, all areas. The only way for you not to be attacked is you sitting at home doing nothing and allowing life to happen to you. If you fight for yourself boldly enough, confidently enough, you'll be attacked. And you have just to fight enough to say, my vision is bigger. So never believe in secrets, right? You cannot believe in secret. You have to be the type of person that says, I am ready for what is coming. Third thing, have the right expectations. And sometimes inside of business, we think that the right expectations is saying, oh, maybe going chairman in 1 year is not the right expectation. And let me tell you one thing that is false, right? Having the right expectations is not about, or the wrong expectations is not about how big your goal is. It's about how much work you're willing to do for that goal to happen, right? Sometimes you're like, oh, I'm not going to say that I want to go chairman until Mexico because it's not a good expectation for me to have. It's too big expectation, right? And what happens is that we start to believe that setting goals that are big is as having the wrong expectations. But now understand that the wrong expectations is only when you are not willing to put the work equivalent to the goals that you have, right? Even if you have like no team right now, you are a brand new person inside of this team, and you say, you know what, I want to go P5 in Mexico. And sometimes you're like, maybe this is the wrong expectations because I'm brand new, I don't know how to do the business, and I want to do some math for you, right? This is the math that I always did to break down my goals. So let's look. For us to have 250 new people in our team, how many presentations we have to have? Okay, so out of 10 people that we show the plan, 3 people sign. So to sign 250, we'll have to have 833 presentations. And you're like, how come I will present the business to 833 people? First thing, go to Alan's Go Live and start to see how to go viral. This is the first thing, okay? She's a beast, honestly, and you can learn so much from her. Second thing is, let's divide this into how many days we have until convention, right? Let's see how many days we have until convention. Does anybody knows? I know that is more than 180 days. So let's just do this. Okay, so now we broke down 833 presentations to 5 presentations a day, right? Sometimes you're like, no, my goal is too big. I don't know how to do it. I don't know how I'm going to have it. But hey, it's 5 presentations a day. How many of you believe that you can show the business to 5 people a day until Mexico convention? I'm not saying that it's going to be easy showing to 5 people a day, but I'm going to say that if you put the amount of work that is needed, how many of you believe that you can do it, right? So it's 5 people a day. If you are posting daily, if you are on TikTok, if you do face stories, if you prospect on social media and on streets, guess what? We know that out of 10 people that we talk to, 3 people will get on the presentation, right? So for me to have 5 people seeing the presentation, I'll have to talk with 15 people, right? So if you do this as a daily work, what will happen is that you will have this chance to have a different growth for you. So always remember, if you are brand new on this call, it's not that you are not good doing this business. We sometimes say, oh, I'm not good presenting the business. I was neither good. Okay. I'm not good closing. I was neither good. I'm not good I was neither good. Like, if you look at your mentors, no one was good when I got started. But the thing is, you cannot say, oh, I'm not good. The thing that you can say is that I haven't done it enough. Because if you do it enough times, you will become good, right? If you do it enough times, you will be good. If you present enough times, you will be an amazing presenter. If you prospect enough times, you will be an amazing person prospecting. If you close enough times, you will become a master closer, right? So you have to be the type of person that understands that the chances of winning inside of this business is not about if you're good or bad. It's about that there's no bad, is I simply didn't do it enough, right? And the last part is don't be afraid to go all in. Sometimes we are afraid to go all in. Sometimes we're like, oh my God, what happens now? Like, how come, right? And you're like, my friends will judge me. People around me will judge me. How will I just change my social media and be this type of person that is now talking business? Oh, but I have kids. Oh, but I have college. Oh, but I have work. And let me tell you one thing, don't be afraid to go all in. The only thing you will regret in life is the things you haven't done, right? And honestly, the biggest thing that you can regret is not doing what it is that you should be doing at the age and moment you are right now, right? At the age and moment you are right now. So I want you to understand, guys, like this year for me, and I can tell you a secret. Can I tell you a secret, guys? Tell secret on the chat box so I can know that I can tell you a secret. Let's go. Like literally after Budapest Convention, I found out that I'm going to be a mommy. And I was like, oh my God, I have now to adjust everything, right? So the first and honestly, Alan, she came to me and like, when are you going to tell us? And I didn't knew, but I was already pregnant. So I was like, okay, I cannot be afraid to go, Alan. I cannot be afraid to say, like, I want to be a mom that shows to my kids I was gonna be done. And thank you so much for the love, guys. Let's go. Thank you so much. And I was like, I have to show them, like I have to be this type of person that I have to understand the kid in my belly has to know how to close the moment that is born, has to know how to prospect the moment that is born. Why? Because I'm doing it every single day. I am raising a future billionaire. So my why just got bigger. And I could just say, I am so afraid to go all in now because I feel so sick. I'm always puking. Oh my God. But like, I don't care. Let's just go all in. So you have to dominate your mind, right? How we think dictates what we do. So you have to change perspective once more. And thank you so much for the love, guys. I love you so much. And I cannot wait to show you my baby. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. And literally, you're like, okay, like how we think, it's going to affect what we do. So you have to be the type of person right now that says, you know what? I'm going to change my mindset every single day. I'm going to program my mindset and saying, you know what? Whatever is that can stop me, I'll use it for me to grow bigger. Whatever can be used for me to go like just smoother, I'll use it to be a savage even more. So you have to be this type of person that understands your mindset dictates your actions, and it's your actions that will dictate your results. So let's change our mindset and let's not be afraid to go all in. For whatever happens, all the noise, everything around you, and you're like, I cannot be the type of person that is afraid to go all in. We were born for such a time like this, just like Katie is always saying. We were born for such a time like this. So don't be afraid to give it your all. Don't be afraid to put everything that you can put inside of this business. Don't be afraid to say, like, this is my time, right? And let's make sure that this is our moment to really grow and take things to a whole new level. So guys, I'm super, super excited. I hope that you took a good value of this call also, and I cannot wait to see you really soon and to celebrate all of your rank ups and to at least see you in Mexico as a P5. So I cannot wait. I'll pass on the call to you, sis. And thank you so much for your time. And I love you so much, guys. Let's go. Let's get it.
Oh, wow. What is going on here, guys? I don't even know like how to say. Every single time Marta talks, it's like I'm listening to a bigger sister that I never got that is really giving me life advice every single time. And I'm so happy and grateful for your time, Marta, and coming in here and sharing your vision with us. And it's actually one of the things that Marta actually mentioned that I've never really thought about, and that is that sharing your vision publicly. Guys, I know that we have so many upcoming big leaders in this call, so many people with so big dreams. So don't ever be scared to share your vision. If people say no, that is for a reason, God didn't put the same vision in somebody's head like he did to you. So if you have this vision in your head, if you have been presented for this opportunity, that happened for a reason. And don't be scared to talk about it to people. Don't be scared to go public and say, before this year ends, I will be a chairlady. I will sit in the chairman booth in Mexico. I know it, you know it, we all know it, and I will make that happen in one another way, So don't be scared to talk about that. And that was so powerful what Marta mentioned. And guys, there's nothing to add after she speaks, There's nothing that I could say that would top that training. So without further ado, family, I want one last thing from every single one of you, and that is to go into Instagram and type to Marta and say a quick thank you. It will take you maybe 15 seconds, but it will really, really, really make her day and make her understand that we are appreciative of her time. I'm so sorry for the win. That we are appreciating her time, that we are appreciating her her coming in here and really sharing this value with us. So type to her on Instagram, Marta Mendes is her Insta. Say thank you, and I will see you guys on What's the Combo Call on Sunday, family.